Welcome to a brand new homebrew 5e D&D campaign called Surviving Extinction. This campaign will be uploaded bi-weekly. Our campaign begins with 4 players trying to figure out what is trying to destroy the small little moon they live on called Luna 1. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this story. So, 15 years ago, on Luna 1, there was an explosion. It happened on one of the continents that is uninhabited miles away. The explosion was one of the volcanoes erupting. The ash covered Luna by half of Luna 1. The earthquake after that happened and lasted for 4 hours, with aftershocks hitting for another 3 days. It killed half your population, mostly Fae. During this explosion, there was also mass sightings of godlike beings hovering in the air, using mass amounts of magic to keep the ash at bay. After this happened, everyone was just focused on rebuilding what collapsed and finding new homes for those that lost theirs. This earthquake also changed what Luna 1 looks like. During the quake, the large islands that made up most of your homes started to split and fall into the ocean. Also, there were large sections that just started to sink, and massive sinkholes started to appear. One of these sinkholes took out the portal that connected Luna 1 to the other 2 moons and your homeworld. This happened 15 years ago to the day. You are currently in the year 901, the 4th month, day 1, the month of Vox. This month is dedicated to all those who are lost, either from battle, age, work-related. It's pretty much Mexican Day of the Dead, but it's for the month, which lasts 90 days. Over the last day, for some, and weeks for a few of you, you've made your way to Marzel, to the Red Chariot Inn, ran by a dragonborn called Baverth. You've been asked to participate in today's ceremony by giving a blessing to the monument that will be officially unveiled. And it is at this end where we find your party, waking up with the dawn, awaiting the day's events. What would you like to start off with? You're all just waking up.
I'll probably be waking up early, just because as well, working with the Smithies, they're generally where I come from, just awake early naturally, so I come down and just try and find some breakfast, I think, for me personally.
Breakfast is important.
So, breakfast is the food of champions. So I will approach the bar and just ask if there's any food available.
Once you approach the bartender, which is Baverth, she is a red dragonborn. Like I said, I'll give you a description here. She's got a smooth head, big blue eyes, rugged red scales. She's 6'1", so she's close to your size. Very muscular. Other than that, you'd have seen a couple dragonborn where you are, but not too many. Hard to determine her age, but she'll just look up at you and nod and say, "You came in late last night. Are you here for the party? Or ceremony for some? Party for me?"
Yes. This is my first time in the city.
First time in Marzel. Ooh. You are in for a treat.
I'm not used to so many people, if I'm being honest. I come from the Lookout.
Oh, you're way up north.
Yeah, it's taken me about a week or so to get here.
Okay. Well, any preference on food? I have everything.
No.
No?
No.
All right.
Can just imagine he's not. I'm guessing he's not fussy because he doesn't have a choice where he's from, if you see what I mean. Yeah.
Well, she's going to point to a table in the back corner. There's still quite a few people in this inn. A lot of people are getting ready for the ceremony this morning, so you're not the only one there. The tables are slowly filling up, so you take your seat in the back, and she'll bring you your food at some point.
Okay, and I will say thank you very much.
Ned will go downstairs, walk over to the innkeeper. Madam, could I trouble you for hot water?
Oh, someone's speaking. Where are you? Oh, there you are.
Hi. Down here, ma'am.
Yes, hi. Just water? Anything else?
Hot water, please.
Hot water. Okay. I remember you. You came in with that lovely little girl and that Alan. You're sure just water? Are they coming down too?
I believe so.
Okay. I assume you guys are here for the opening ceremony today too?
Yes, that will complete my business here.
Okay. Well, why don't you find a table in the back? There's a gentleman back there. He looks like he's the only one there. Why don't you go join him?
Very well, thank you. He'll make his way to the table, hop up in the chair, and out of his pack, pull a wooden cup and a little bag of loose tea, spoon some tea in the cup, put everything back in his pack, and then just patiently wait.
Perfect.
And then, as she says, will they be joining you? Clark kind of walks up to the bar and waves his wing so she can see where he is.
Yeah, because you are a little smaller too. Yes. I remember you coming in. You were with that little halfling in the back corner, were you not?
Yes.
What can I get you for breakfast?
Do you happen to have seed available?
What type? I have lots. Like, if you went outside the door and asked one of the plants, they would probably give it to you.
Whatever is the freshest.
Freshest seed. I know what I can get you. I'll toast up some sunflower seeds for you.
That would be wonderful.
Perfect. Pretty much Lois is going to be slowly making her way to you. She's probably going to have a very long conversation with the innkeeper. She's going to be very picky and make sure you get more than just seeds. She'll pretty much look at the table and say, yeah, we're going to need more, and order a lot, and food's food to her. So she'll mosey up on the bar and up to the table and have a seat with you two. And that leaves us with Mr. Wade.
Yeah, I imagine Alec could come wandering in at that moment from outside.
Yeah, you wouldn't have stayed there the night. You would have been coming in from your own inn with your sister. Probably coming through the front door. And you being your size, you might need help opening the door.
Yeah. I just wait until someone else goes through, and I just go in after them.
Perfect.
Mm.
Oh, Alric. Hey, Alric. How's it going? How's your sister?
Yeah, good. Couldn't convince her to come.
Oh, you guys are participating.
Said good to come.
Oh.
I will.
Okay. Yeah. I wasn't too sure if you guys were participating today. She's not up to much these days, except for running her own business, which she does quite well.
Okay.
All right. Well, are you hungry or did you eat?
Yeah, I've eaten. Go
Okay.
I can sit in.
the table at the back is pretty much the only one that I have with stairs for you. So why don't you go join those in the back? There's a few people around that actually you might be able to see eye to eye with.
Literally.
Funny.
All right. So as you guys are in the back, she brings the food, passes it out. There's lots of choices, lots of ale. She's got a few tiny cups for you small folk. And you guys can introduce yourselves to each other.
During this time, Kargath's got this little bag out and he's just staring at it. Obviously, that's part of my backstory. So he's just thinking about what he's here to do, and he's just deep thought. And then he hears the scrape of the chair. It's just like Ned sits at the table, and he just stares at him because I don't think he would have met very many halflings or people smaller than him.
Nope.
Where he comes from. So he's just watching him pull out his little cup and his tea, waiting for his hot water, and he's just watching him, fascinated just by his stature and stuff. And he's just and then he realizes it and said, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry for staring. My apologies."
It is fine.
And then, I'm sorry. I'm new in town. I haven't been here before, so I'm not used to seeing all these different kinds of races from where I'm from.
What race is?
He's a Goliath, so he's
Oh, okay. Huge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huge. Yep. I think I'm the only one over. Yeah.
I have never seen. I have never seen one of your kind.
Well, I will. My name is Kargath. It is nice to meet you.
My name is Ned Summerhollow.
Oh. Okay, that's very nice to meet you, Ned.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. What brings you down from the north?
Apparently, it's this celebration that's meant to be going on today. The leaders of the lookout have drafted me to come in and participate in this celebration, this blessing ceremony. So, yeah, I've been... Sorry.
If you don't mind me asking, what does the lookout do?
Me personally, I'm apprentice to the blacksmiths. We're quite a rugged community, mining all the more tougher trades, shall we say. And then we have the merchants coming and going. So yeah, my skills are in smithing, and I've been studying the runes as well. So that's me.
Interesting.
Give me a history check there, Sean.
History check.
Sure.
Skills. Where are my skills? There they are. History. That would be an H. Oh, yuck. This is going to be horrible. 16. Okay, wow.
All right, you would know from your master of word up in the lookout. It is housed mostly by a bunch of renegade and unwanted fae who really don't want to do anything else except be who they are. They're not really up to being a fun-loving community. They're up there just to enjoy themselves and basically work as a community of outcasts. It is mostly you're going to find a lot of trolls, goblins, giants, Goliaths. It's pretty much a area of the big and the bigger, or the unwanted. Yep.
Um, basically, Ned is just going to answer. Well, do you have any questions, sir?
Well,
I couldn't help notice you staring intently.
yes, sorry, this is my first time. Like I say, this is my first time in town, so I'm not used to
There was no
seeing...
offense taken.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm not used to seeing people of... He's trying to think of the right way to say it without sounding too offensive. Shorter stature, shall we say. Like I say, where I come from is usually my height, maybe a bit shorter, but I've never seen none as short as you, good sir.
Well, the reason you don't is because we're small and we don't attract anybody's eyes.
Yeah.
And do not be fooled by my kin's smiles and good natures. A lot of my kin know that they go unseen, so they use that for nefarious means.
And you?
I am a warrior of Terran. I am devoted to protecting life here on Luna.
Okay. Yes. That sounds very noble.
I was being groomed to take over my father's position as some sort of power broker among the guilds. That did not appeal to me. And, well, the Earthquakes were actually a blessing. They brought me in touch with Master Nagisa, and now I am on the right path.
And that is all one can ask for, being on the right path.
And as Ned says that, you see this little 3-foot owlin kind of walk up and oh, good morning, Ned. How are you this morning?
I am well. Did you sleep well, Clark?
As well as one can in strange surroundings. And then Clark kind of looks over at Kargath and says, "My, you are a tall one."
Well, that is good of you to notice. My name is Kargath. Well, I must confess, I must learn to look down more often. Now I realize there are people who are smaller than I.
Yes, please.
I will do my best.
And you see the Clark, the little Alan, take this loot off his back. That we're talking the neck of the loot sticks a good 1.5 to 2 feet above his head, and you can kind of see the body around him. So it's like much bigger than he is, and kind of hangs it on the back of his seat. Kind of scrambles up and stands on the seat to look people in the eye. So I know why Ned and I are here. Why are you here?
I was just saying to Ned that I'm here on behalf of the lookout. I've been allocated this job to come and attend the blessing ceremony. And I am not going to lie, it is my first time in this place. And I'm not sure what to think of it, if I'm being totally honest with you. I'm not used to seeing so many people around, shall we say.
Yes, it's every time I show up in a different town, it is always a little unnerving, but you will get used to it.
I think I will. I just need to get used to seeing so many people. I'm just used to seeing the same about 5 people every day. So, and a few merchants and traders who come our way on the lookout. So,
And maybe that is the problem. For when one is comfortable with oneself, one is comfortable anywhere.
that is very thought-provoking. I will keep that in mind. I don't think I've seen any glass around the city, but I could be wrong. But,
At this point,
just
Lois
see.
is going to slowly mosey on up and start putting tray upon tray upon tray of food on and start handing it out. She's going to look at you guys and goes, "Morning, lads. This place is pretty neat, isn't it? I haven't been here before. This is strange, but I like it."
Strange? How?
Well,
What do you
I haven't seen a Goliath in a while. Where are you from?
I'm from the lookout.
Ooh, lookout. Great spot. Is that fussy old bastard Beerloin still in charge, the chief?
Yes, he is.
Oh, God.
Getting on a bit, but yeah.
Yeah,
Certainly is.
Last time I was up there, about 60 years ago, he was something special. Yep.
He still
We'll
is.
go with that.
Trust
Still
me.
is? Okay, good.
Still is.
Still a stuffy old bastard. Well,
He's got a lot in his mind.
true. You guys have gotten a little bigger since probably the last time I was up there. There's only about 1,300 of yous. I think I've heard that you've almost doubled that since. Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
Used to not take many people in, but they're...
Well, we get loads of people coming and going as well.
Yeah. Yeah, the explosion 15 years ago really set things off.
Absolutely.
And at this point, Alric, you'd probably be hitting the table.
Morning. I'll sort of scramble up the side of the chair.
And what do you look like to these guys? What would your description be of your character?
You gone?
Oh. Mike, stop working for a sec, sorry.
No problem.
Unusual. The first thought might assume that I'm a more goblin features, but no, lighter skin, tail sticking out the back, very long, pointed ears sort of drooping down past the shoulder. Only 2 foot tall, so looking up even to most short folk.
Oh, it's too short.
And he weighs about 5 pounds.
Egads. All right, beware of stiff winds, everyone.
All right.
Good morning, sir. And you are?
Oh, name's Alec.
Ned Summerhollow.
You?
Ned Summerhollow.
Great to meet you, acquaintance. Great to meet you.
And what brings you to Marzell?
Oh, I live here. Yeah, lived here most of my life. You?
I was tasked by my master to escort Lois and Clark to this gathering.
And you've done such a great job at it so far.
Yes.
Well, now that we've met everyone, why don't we buckle in and eat this pile of food, because I don't know what today's going to be like, but I am excited. And Lois is going to grab a small journal out of her pack and just slowly start writing in it.
Lois, You did not have to get all of this.
When it's free, yeah, you do.
Well, I appreciate it.
Oh, it's okay.
Thank you.
I'm sure we're going to be doing something that's going to make up for it. If not, I'd be happy to sing and dance and be merry with these guys tonight to make up for it. Joys of being musically inclined. You can usually just sing and dance your way to everything you need.
Huh. Yeah, me personally, I've not got that kind of touch. I've got 2 very heavy left feet.
Well, we'll work on it.
Ned
Speaking of
is
working
going
on
to
it.
just.
Mhm.
Ned's just going to grab the little pot of hot water and go through this very dramatic, drawn-out tea-making process. And then he's going to drink his tea and clean everything and put it all back in his pack.
Okay. Speaking of which, Clark,
Nice.
did you by chance write anything that Chester asked you to today by chance? Or did you forget again?
I forgot again.
Well, that's okay, because I didn't. So, if he does remember himself and asks you to sing something, would you like me to, or would you like to sing it for me?
I will give it a try.
Okay. I'm going to send you the song. Maybe. There you go. All right.
Yeah.
You can skip some verses if you want. It's not going to bother me.
You will sing them all.
Alright, so it's about this time, after you guys have eaten and gotten everything ready, you are going to see the door burst open. It's probably been you've been there for about an hour. Sun's slowly getting up. It's really starting to get light outside. The inn is getting very, very busy. This inn it's probably at max 500 people. It's a good 7 to 8 stories tall. It is old. This inn was one of the very first, you could tell, that was built in Marzell. So it's a very, very busy place, lots of servers. Baverth usually never leaves the bar area unless she needs to. She's got lots of cooks, but for the most part she's just directing traffic and getting everything ready. And it's about this time you will see the door burst open and Chester stremble in. Chester, for I think everybody except for Kargath has met Chester. Chester, he's not too big. He's about 5'5". He is a fawn. He's got gray eyes. He's got very shiny chestnut fur, built like a massive brick wall. He's got you can tell he's got a hint of he's a pretty funny guy underneath, but he's all solid on the outside. He's also head to toe in plate mail, full plate mail. And he's got a massive 2-handed great axe about the size of him strapped to his back. Chester's going to walk in, look around, and go, and just really semi-loudly say good morning to everybody. And everybody is going to stop what they're doing, be quiet, give a nod and a salute. Chester's going to look around and go, if you're not with today's ceremony, get out. And at this, he's just going to stand across, and you're going to see a couple hundred people slowly get up and mosey on out. After this... Yep.
I'm going to lean into Ned and say, "Who's that?" in a really fake whisper.
That, my large friend, is Chester. You will listen to
Right.
Chester.
Okay. Message received.
He's an important. I think he's the head guard, or the head of security, or the person in charge.
Right. Okay. Best to listen to him then.
Mm-hmm. I intend to.
Okay. Yeah. And then I will keep quiet and turn towards Chester and just not necessarily eyeball him, just listen to him, give him my attention.
Perfect. All right. At this point, you're going to have a lot of people slowly file out. Beverth is going to be walking around the tables, help cleaning up and getting everything in order. Probably takes about 10 minutes for everybody to get up and get out, and there's only going to be about 50 of you left. Chester's going to look around and go, slowly count and go, good, I think you're all here. So, I am, for one, I'd like to say thank you for all coming. You all, in your own ways, represent some of the major people on Luna 1. Some of you are here at the behest of others. Some of you have earned your way here. And some of you, looking at you in the back, are just lucky that you're here.
Is he looking at us? Or?
Nope, not you guys.
No, okay. Just checking.
Yeah.
Just checking.
He's going to slowly say, so today, in roughly about 20 minutes time, we are all going to grab whatever you need. The ceremony shouldn't take too long. I'm thinking maybe about an hour max. We are going as a group. I have a nice little escort outside here for us. And we are going to make our way to the life tree in the center of town. Some of you all would have seen it on your way through Marzel. Even at night, you would have seen it. If you weren't paying attention, you weren't paying attention. It is 15 years ago, some of you would know, we planted that tree. It is now 220 feet tall, but we'll get more into that later. Suffice to say, it is important. And today being 15 years ago to the day of the explosion and the loss of life, we have gathered here to open up a monument that was recently built, and the Lady Tandrin really wanted something special. So we are here to bless it. So if you could please, when your names are called, when we're there, I'm going to have you go 4 at a time. Just stand up, walk in line, grab the edge of the new monument, say a good blessing. It doesn't have to be out loud. It could be to yourself. And then I'll show you where else to go. Once this is all done, we are going to party. And we're going to party pretty good. As long as things go according to plan, which they always do for me. So, you guys can enjoy the next 20 minutes, and then as soon as everyone is ready and set, we will head out. And he's going to sit down at the bar and talk to Beverth.
So at this point, Targath is just eating because he's still hungry, even though he's been eating for half an hour. Just for the next 20 minutes solid.
Cool. It does take a lot of food to get you going.
Mm-hmm. And it's even better because it's free.
Sure. Does anyone else want to do anything? Okay. So after 20 minutes, Chester's going to, again, just stand up and look and say, all right, folks, it is that kind of time. Raise your hand if you have never been to Marzell.
Ned will raise his hand.
You're probably going to see a good 40 of you raise their hands. Okay,
Well, that
then.
makes me feel better.
This is going to be a surprise for some of you then. Because unless you came early yesterday and explored the city, you would not know where you're going. All right. So, who should I... Okay, he's going to go. Alec, in the back. I see you down there. Can I have you keep an eye on most of the people in around you, please? Make sure they don't get lost. Most of the tall folk will be fine, but I see you have quite a few of the small folk back there with you. Can you make sure they get to the tree on time? Make sure nothing tramples them.
Try my best.
Perfect. All right, folks, let's go. And you guys will all go outside.
Ned will follow right behind. What is Mr. Red, the Brownish character?
Alec.
Alec.
Alec. Ned will follow right behind Alec.
Yeah. Alec.
Alric. Got it.
Alec.
It's a fun one to pronounce.
Alec.
Mm.
Just shorten it to Al will be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just let the others, my new acquaintances, go first. So, and I will follow them.
Okay. Clark can fly if he feels like it.
So,
No, I think Clark will follow right behind Ned.
Okay.
Seems we've traveled so far together, we might as well continue to stick together.
Okay.
you're determined to make me do this job to the bitter end, aren't you, Clark?
Of course.
I'm sure he's getting well compensated for it.
All right. So as you go outside, I'm going to give you a lovely... So you're going to basically follow along with the group to the main tree where you're going to be. And I'm going to give you a description of what you're going to see along the way. So Marzell, it is a place of enchantment and ethereal beauty, filled with vibrant magic and inhabited by around 4,500 people and creatures, mostly all Fae. As you step into Marzell, you are immediately captivated by the otherworldly ambience that surrounds you. The air shimmers with a faint luminescence, casting a soft, magical glow on everything it touches. The town itself appears to be seamlessly integrated into the natural surroundings. It's as if it grew organically from the landscape. The architecture of this Feywild town is a harmonious blend of natural elements and fantastical designs. The buildings, crafted from living wood and stone, seem to be in perfect harmony with the trees surrounding it. Elaborate vine-like patterns weave through the structures, adorned with delicate blossoms that emit a gentle fragrance, adding to the sensory experience. Narrow, winding streets meander through the town, lined with tall, slender trees that stretch towards the sky. The leaves of the trees shimmer in an array of vibrant, dazzling patterns. Tiny orbs of light also float around, following whatever path they feel like, and illuminating everything in around them. As you explore further, you encounter a central square, a gathering place for inhabitants. A mesmerizing fountain stands at its heart, intertwined around a massive willow tree. Fey creatures, both elegant and mischievous, can be seen throughout the town. Pixies flit through the air, leaving trails of dust behind them. Satyrs are playing enchanting melodies on their pipes, trying to get anyone passing by to join them in a dance. Ethereal nymphs with flowing hair and gossamer dresses tend all the gardens. Anywhere where flowers bloom, you'll find them. The sounds in Marzel are a symphony of nature's whispers. The breeze carries delicate melodies as it rustles through the leaves and dances in the wind. You can hear laughter of all the fey creatures echoing everywhere, intermingling with all the chirping birds. Overall, Marzel is a place where reality and magic intertwine. It is a place of unparalleled beauty where nature flourishes and fantastical beings thrive. As you wander through its streets, you can't help but feel a sense of wonder and connection to the mystical energies that permeate through every corner of this extraordinary place. You also can feel a tremendous loss for what the Fey Refuge must have looked like before its destruction 15 years ago.
So how long would it take us to get to the tree then, where we were?
From where
Just
you
a
were,
slow-
probably 15-20 minute walk. Most of the inns are on the outskirts of the town, like mostly near the entrance. You guys would have been coming from the east entrance, and that's where you would have been about a 15-minute walk to get to the inn from the east entrance, and then another 15 to the middle of the town.
Okay.
And I think as Clark walks by the satyrs playing their tunes, he's going to take his lute off his back and join in as he's walking along to try to spread the merriment as he's walking along.
Okay. You will also notice anytime you're near a plant or a tree passing you by, it will almost like reach out to say hi. It's pretty much them trying to recreate the Feywild again for the third time.
As he's playing and walking, he's going to look up at Lois, and so this is what it used to look like before the explosion?
This is nothing like what it used to look like. This is just another day. The Fey Refuge was... There wouldn't have been as much stone involved. It was more wood and more marble than anything. It was massive and it was pretty. I'd only ever went there twice, and that was just more for instructions on certain how to build stuff, new instruments that I'd never used before. Just more in the construction. I more took to study than anything else there. But it was massive, and it was very, very entertaining. Now, as you hit the tree, the fountain itself, you can tell it is fairly fresh. Chester's going to let everybody go up and take a look at it first before you give a blessing and whatnot. You will basically see it's... Think of like a massive round fountain that goes in, like the tree itself, you'll notice when you're up there, it's a massive willow tree. It almost probably takes up like a city block in the sky, how big it is, the canopy. And it's probably a good, I'd say 100-foot radius trunk. So this thing is massive. And the fountain goes all the way around it and about 10 feet out from it. So it kind of almost makes it look like they incorporated the fountain and then that the tree grew through the fountain. As you go around and take a walk, you'll see that the fountain itself is decorated with tiny little miniature pictures of what the Fey Refuge would have looked like. So it's almost like recreating what was lost to them. And you'll also notice very, very tiny lettering everywhere you go, the names of everyone that was lost. But there's no water in it yet. It's just the fountain. Now, it's at this point where Chester, once again, clears his throat and gathers you all in a group. You would have also noticed behind you kind of like an honor guard. Your honor guard is going to look a little different to some of you. You will see two individuals, elves. They are not too big. They're about 5'8". One of them 6 feet tall. They kind of look alike. Kargath, you will recognize Eldred, who brought you here.
Right. Yep.
He will be on the back of his displacer beast.
Right. Yep.
And alongside him is another elf on the back of another displacer beast.
What was his name again? The one.
Eldred.
Eldred, that was it.
Yeah, Elered. And flanking them on both sides, there's about 15 to 20 of them. You will have centaurs, all in breastplates and massive, like two-handed greatswords. And floating above them all is a tiny little fairy. Now, as Chester clears his throat and everybody comes, he is going to look at everybody and go, "Ladies and gentlemen, and esteemed adventurers and honorable citizens, the Lady Tandrin has a few words she would like to say to you all on this day of remembering." And he's also going to look at Clark and go, "Clark, if you got one, now would be the time."
Should I do it now or after the lady speaks?
I would probably do it now, please. And Lois is going to pull out a wooden recorder that you've never seen her use before and start playing a nice tune on the recorder.
And as Clark hears this tune, he will also take his lute and start playing that same tune. And then, in a world shattered and torn apart, where hope had faded and darkness ruled the heart, from ashes we rise with determination strong, a melody of courage, a symphony of the long gone. We sing of rebuilding, a chorus of dreams. We'll mend what is broken, stitch by stitch it seems. With every note we strike, we build a world anew, in the realm of fantasy where dreams come true. With hammers and chisels we shape the broken walls, breathing life into ruin where despair once crawled. With each stroke our hands we mend the shattered seams. With harmony as our guide, we'll reignite the gleam. We sing of rebuilding, a chorus of dreams. We'll mend what is broken, stitch by stitch it seems. With every note we strike, we'll build a world anew, in the realm of fantasy where dreams come true. Through the mystical forest and enchanted lands, we'll plant the seeds of hope with loving hand. Creatures of wonder will join us on this quest. Together we'll rebuild, making our hearts feel blessed. As towers rise tall, reaching for the sky, our spirits soar with purpose, we'll never say goodbye. With magic as our guide, we'll rebuild what is lost, creating a tapestry of dreams no matter the cost. We sing of rebuilding, a chorus of dreams. We'll mend what is broken, stitch by stitch it seems. With every note we strike, we'll build a world anew, in the realm of fantasy where dreams come true. So let our voices carry across this vast expanse a song of hope and resilience, a chance for second chance. In this fantasy realm, our dreams take flight as we rebuild the world with love as our might.
And as you say that, everybody applauds. And if you didn't notice, as you were singing, the tiny fairy that was floating above slowly moves over to you. You would figure out that this is the Lady Tandrin. She's very small. She's a gossamer-winged fairy, very pale skin, gray blue eyes. She's got a very flowing green dress that seems to be made of grass, leaves, and silk. You recognize the silk. And she's also about 3 feet tall. She's going to look at you and go, "You sound exactly like your grandfather," and then float away.
Clark just stands there and kind of a chin on the ground.
Lois is going to lean over and punch your arm.
What?
That was good. I couldn't have done better.
Oh, well, I was impressed.
I applauded.
Okay. So, the Lady Lantern's going to float above everybody. She's going to make it so her voice carries everywhere around Marzel. So everybody in Marzel is going to hear her. She's going to say, "Thank you for that lovely song, Clark. I haven't heard a voice like that in years. Thank you. You've never met her, but she knows you."
Thank you, milady.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we gather here in remembrance and reflection upon the lives that were tragically lost due to the devastating volcanic explosion that shook our lands. It is a solemn occasion, but also a moment to recognize the resilience and strength that resides within each of us. In the face of adversity, we find the courage to rebuild, to rise again, and to honor the memories of those who have left this world before us. Rebirth. It is a concept deeply integrated in the fabric of life itself. Just as the earth awakens after a long winter, so too can we find renewal amidst the ashes of destruction. The volcanic eruption, with its destructive force, tore through our lands, leaving sorrow and despair in its wake. Yet within this desolation lies the opportunity for rebirth. It is a chance for us to come together, to rebuild what was lost, and to forge a brighter future. Rebuilding is no easy task. It requires patience, perseverance, and a shared vision. As we gather here, united in purpose, let us remember that every stone laid, every beam erected, every seed planted, is a testament to our dominal spirit. We rebuild not just the physical structures that we once graced our land, but also the bonds of community that binds us together. Together we shall rise from the ruins and create a place where hope blossoms and dreams take flight. But not let us forget the lives that were lost, the souls that departed too soon. They were our friends, our family, and our fellow adventurers. Each life held a unique story, an irreplaceable contribution to the tapestry of our world. As we rebuild, let our memories guide us, reminding us of the fragility of life and the preciousness of every moment we share. Let us honor their legacy by embracing life's adventure, cherishing the bonds we forge, and never taking for granted the beauty that surrounds us. Here on Luna 1, we often find ourselves comforting great perils and overcoming unimaginable challenges. Yet it is in these trials that we discover our true potential. We learn that heroes are not born, but made, through adversity and the choices they make. As we embark on this new chapter, let us be the heroes our little moon needs. Let us be the embodiment of resilience, compassion, and determination. Today we gather here not only to mourn, but also to celebrate. To celebrate the lives that were lived, the memories that they made, and the love that endures even in the face of loss. We celebrate the spirit of rebirth that resides within each of us, reminding us that even after the darkest night, the sun will rise once more. And we celebrate the boundless potential of our collective efforts to rebuild, restore, and create a future where harmony and joy prevail. In this journey, we stand shoulder to shoulder, Lunarians and Fae alike, ready to face the challenges that lie ahead. Let us be guided by the memories of those we have lost, by the strength in our community, and by the knowledge that within us all burns a flame of resilience that cannot be extinguished. May we rebuild our homes, our lives, our spirits with steadfast determination, unwavering hope, and the unwavering belief that through rebirth we will rise from the ashes, stronger and more united before. And this is where everyone's going to start cheering. She's going to give it a minute.
And actually, I think Clark would also burst into another round of "We sing of rebuilding, a chorus of dreams. We'll mend what is broken, stitch by stitch it seems. With every note we strike, we will build a world anew. In the realm of fantasy, where dreams come true." And try to get everybody to start singing the chorus of the song.
Perfect. And most of them would have, they would have joined what they could have. Absolutely. And after that dies down, it'd probably take another couple minutes. The Lady Tandarin's going to thank you. Now please come forth and help us all look ahead to a new future and help us bless this monument. And as soon as she says that, one of the archdruids in the back on the Displacer Beast, she's going to hold her hand up high, and you're going to feel a rumble underneath. And exploding out of the fountain is just gallons of water, just coming out of nowhere. And as that happens, you see the tree just shimmer and turn color. All the branches in the willow tree just start swaying back and forth, and everybody's in awe. That's pretty much going to go on for a good 5 minutes while everybody watches the fountain fill up. And as the water starts filling, you're going to see Chester kind of move his hand and say, "Okay, everybody, this is where I need you to go 4 abreast, please. Anyone who's here, just line up," and he's going to basically grab 4 people, set them in line, 4 people behind them, 4 people behind them, and just try and quickly do it while everybody else is watching the fountain. And you will also notice Lois isn't one of them. She's going to be just off to the side with her recorder, still playing through this entire event. Because she wasn't actually one of the chosen. She was just with you.
So the 4 of us together.
Yes.
I look down at the others and say, "Well, let's do this then."
Walk slow, big guy.
I will.
Very slow.
Very slow. I'll let you lead the way.
Ned will just start strolling forward.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep. Clark will be right there as well.
Yeah, I am
Are you going to be near
walking
the front,
as
the
slow
middle,
as I
or
can.
did you want to be near the front, the middle, or at the back?
Ned will take the front.
Yeah.
So you guys want to be near the front of the line, not the back of the line?
Yeah, front of the line, I'm happy with.
Okay.
And of
Yeah,
course,
'cause,
anybody's. Sorry.
Clark was also just performing, so I think he would have been up front
Okay.
to begin with.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
All right. So as soon as Chester gets everybody in line and everything, there's going to be probably a couple groups in front of you. So
Just gonna say,
basically,
I'm going to turn around. Sorry.
that's okay.
I just wanted to. I was just going to say, since I'm near the front, I'm going to turn around to the people and look at the people smaller than me and say, "Psst," and keep walking.
So as you guys get up there, you will notice there are stairs for the small folk to stand on. So the first four will go up. You'll see them just put their hands on the monument. The monument itself also has a massive statue on it of what they, pretty much the embodiment of what they think Lunara would look like. Even though it is just a planet and not like it's a sentient planet, everybody knows that. You see all the planets as the gods of this universe that you are currently in. And I also forgot to mention what you would see. So as you look up, because you're a moon and you orbit a planet, Lunara is always, even at nighttime, going to be in your view. So you slowly, along with the other two moons, Luna 2 is going to be on your right, and Luna Prime is going to be on your left. Also in the sky, you will notice they're fair ways away, but Axiom is always going to be on your right, and Terra is always going to be in your left in orbit. So you guys all have the same synchronous orbit. You're just spread out around the sun. So you will have 2 moons and 3 planets that you can see pretty much all the time. And even during the daytime, you still, off in the distance, will see stars. Very rarely, but because you're on a moon itself and you are a very slow rotation, some points you will see stars through the day. Now, as it's your turn to come up, the 4 of you are in line. And what are you gonna touch it and bless it, or bless it and then touch it? Or just go up and put your hands on it and think?
Now, let me get straight. This monument is the tree?
The monument
that they planted 15 years ago?
Is the fountain around the tree.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Ned will put his hands on the fountain and...
As you all place your hands on the fountain, you take a look up at the tree and start to give your blessing. And then your eyes roll back and you go blank as blackness just starts to engulf you. The first thing you're going to notice is the heat and then the smell of sulfur. You are inside a vast volcano, in the heart of it, running away from the explosion that just happened. You run for what seems hours. Molten lava trailing behind you, gaining fast. And as you run out of the cave, are almost run out of the cave, you see a sea of black wings and ash in the air, gaining speed, heading off in all directions. And then you hear the screaming coming from behind you as your companions are being eaten or melted. And then blackness hits you again. You're not too sure what happens after that. You seem to wake up and find yourself floating in the air, or just floating in an endless sea of black. You can't see any light. You can't see anything. You don't even know if you're actually there. There's no smells. You can't even hear yourself think. You just sense nothing. How long you're here, you are unable to tell. After what seems like years or decades, you don't know. You're just floating. You hear this tiny voice creep into the back of your head. Please help her. Help Rylara. You are then rushed back to your body and thrown across the stone floor as a force blows you all back from the statue, knocking over guards, people, everything that's in around you. You look up stunned and bewildered and notice that the statue appears to be crying. What do?
I will make sure everybody else around me is okay.
You also feel very stiff, like you haven't moved in a long time.
I will look for Ned and Clark and Ulrich and everybody I know, which isn't that many people. And first of all, I will try and stand up and then look around, see who I can see.
And Ned is going to stand up and turn around and look for the crowd that was just here.
It's dark outside. There's maybe 20 people around you. One of them is Lois. You don't recognize anything else. The only ones you recognize are Lois and Chester.
What about me?
You just recognize Lois and Chester. There's
Okay,
lots of
sorry.
there'd be guards in and around that you would have been knocked into, but other than that, it is dark and you can't move a lot.
We want to go a bit lost there, just clarifying. We all had the same vision? Do we all experience that, or is that one person's experience?
You all would have seen that.
Nope.
But you would have not known that you were all there, except for the part when you were running her in the cave. Your companions that you were standing beside were the ones in the cave with you. And you did see all three of them get eaten.
Has anyone heard of the name Ryella?
Rylara.
Lara.
Rylara.
Can you say that again?
Rylara.
Rylara.
Rylara. I'll type it out.
Not someone I am familiar with.
Nope.
No, none of you would have heard that name. It's at this point, Clark, you're going to feel a very, very, very tight squeeze from Lois, who's going to look at you and go, "You have been there for 2 days. Everyone tried to move you. None of you would leave the statue. Like, we couldn't pry you off. You would eat. We could water you. but nothing else. We couldn't pry you off. You just stood there staring at nothing. Every time we tried to do something, the tree just started to surround you and wouldn't let you go.
Technically, our bodies may have been here, but we were not. Remember seeing everybody, at least for a brief moment. Did you guys experience that as well?
I remember running in the cavern and watching you all die by lava, and then I had a pleasant decade of meditation.
So you also saw the ash, the wings, the volcano?
Yes.
Yeah, I just remember heat. I just remember screaming. I don't remember much else after that, if I'm being totally honest.
Well, did anyone else hear that we need to help Rylira?
Yes. That is the last thing I heard before. And Clark kind of looks around, waking up here again.
You will find is like when you try to move, every nerve and muscle in your body hasn't been used for 2 days, so you're gonna be a little slow. You're gonna be a little tired. Like your body would have technically kind of rested, but your mind was not resting. It was going like mad. And it's also at this point Chester's gonna walk up and look at you guys and go, "Well, you're alive. I hope. What the hell happened?"
I must apologize, Chester.
This things are weird around you bunch.
Yeah, well, I'm apologizing because for once things didn't go according to plan.
Yeah, ever since I met you, well, the three of you, things have been a little weird. He's gonna look at Clark and go, "Your parents were here yesterday. They are, I'll send a runner. I'll let them and your brother Connor know that you're fine. But this time of night, we really can't do anything about that right now. So before we do anything stupid, the Lady Tandrin told me to bring you to her as soon as you come back, if you come back. So let's gather our wits about us and go see the Lady Tandrin. I believe she, at this point, she's been building a new theater. I think she probably is going to be in around that area. So let's head to the theater. It's a little just north of the town, so we're going to be a good half-hour walk. That should stretch things out for you, I think. Anyone need food, water? He's going to hand you food and water either if you don't want it.
I will just take the food and, suddenly realise I'm feeling a mite peckish after being out for 2 days, so I'll gladly take the full food.
Ned is going to hand the food to our hungry Goliath and drink his water.
Thank you.
And also, you all have inspiration for coming back alive. So you can mark yourself off with inspiration.
I thought this was meant to be a day of celebration.
That was 2 days ago.
Chester's going to lean in and go, everybody else gave their benedictions, everything else was just fine. We still had the party without you, sorry. And then he's just going to keep walking.
Okay.
Lois is going to lean in and go, it was a great time. Sorry, guys. We were worried, but party's a party.
Yes. Are we still party? I'm just a mite confused now.
No, the party's over, my big friend.
Okay.
Yeah, it was, I'll tell you about it, or I'll sing about it for you. It just, with everything else that was happening, and the Lady Chandran basically told everyone that you guys were fine, just didn't know what was going on, and to try to go about normal, as normal can be in this town. And she's going to sidelong look at Alric and go, I met your sister. Her and I got along great. I'm actually set up there. I might stay there from time to time and be her entertainment.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, she's a fun little thing. Going, whew. Tails and I got along great.
And she just... Oh, Clark, well, I might have heard. You know Connor? Oh, related to, at least.
He is, she's gonna point over to Clark and go, Connor's his brother.
Does he know about what happened recently with the beast?
The red-eyed thing?
I don't know what it was. I bumped into Connor. I want to say yesterday, but it's been 2 days. 4 days ago?
Your time would have been 3 days ago. The day before,
Would that be the creature that, when it died, left behind the horrible smell?
Yeah, he knows of what happened, but doesn't know the specifics. So if Clark wanted, he could tell Elric what happened. Because he does know your brother Connor.
Well, yeah, then I will go into the story that as related to me from my mother and father was that this beast actually attacked my father. They happened to fend him off. The family silk farm is a little worse for wear, but they're slowly rebuilding. And I told them that I would do my best to find out exactly what happened and take care of it. And then I ended up getting called here, and the rest, I may sing about it at some point.
Alric,
Yes.
do you have knowledge of strange creatures?
No.
Oh.
I do business with Connor, and I helped the morning after the incident finding Chester.
Well, the odd thing was, the ground, the grass and the weeds under its feet wilted as it walked around. Very odd.
That's real weird.
By this time, you guys would have made your way with Chester in the lead, followed by a lot of guards and two very kind of imposing elves on the back of displacer beasts, like literally right behind you. None of them have said a word. They have just kept track. As soon as you guys hit the edge of the gates, just off, you're still just on the outside. You just go through the gates. Chester's going to look back, tell the rest of the guards he's got it from here. They're going to go about their business. You can tell they haven't moved since you guys first touched the statue. They have been there guarding you since day in, day night, day out. They need a break. Chester's going to look at you guys and say, well, we're only about 5 minutes away from the new theater. The Lady Tandrin also, she's been really trying to make people happy, and she wants to try and make this place almost a new... Basically, she's trying to turn this again into another Fey refuge. I don't think we have the space or time, but it's giving her something to do. She's been, I don't know, she's been a little weird lately. He's going to look at you guys and go, you're not the only ones that have been attacked. We've had merchants tell us lately of something that looks like the same that tore into your father has been happening. It's gotten her a little worried. Pretty much similar results have been almost by 5 or 6 well-trusted merchants. So we are a little on edge, and after what happened to you guys, now we're really on edge, but we will do what we can. And opening a brand new theater is the way for her to work out her anger. Because she looks like she's all cute and all that, but underneath that, she's still Fey. So as you guys head towards the theater, we will take our first break.
All right.
So we'll be back in
Good
10 to
job.
15.
All right. 10 minutes.
Need a drink.
Cool.
See you in a bit.
Yep. And you can talk now if you want there, Fey Waffle.
No, I can't. It's legal. It's illegal.